Evening, everybody. It's 5:42 on Tuesday afternoon, May the 23rd, and this is your closing comment. It is video number 1767. I just want to make one thing abundantly clear, and that is, as I may have mentioned this morning about the UAL CEO talking about how great they were going to do. This is the problem with just being a cheerleader. Um, I've always lived by a very simple, old cliche, and it's lasted because it's accurate, and that is hope for the best and prepare for the worst. So after he got finished yammering um, about how great things were at UAL, 2 hours later, we had the announcement, or the leak, as you may choose to call it, that there's another major breakout in China. Um, and I'd like to see what his numbers start to look internationally when we go back to another COVID issue. And frankly, not having a southern border and having people come in from places like Haiti, um, there are health problems there too. Um, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer here, but these are serious issues. And if you look at the chart on the screen and read any of my commentary about the general market in Market Insights on Sunday night, you would know that the 5-day looked like it was beginning to roll over. This is actually a 5-week, was beginning to roll over. I used the weekly because this fib level here, 23.6, not generally the most accurate, but happens to be coincident with all of the tops at 42 and above, 4180, 4208, and several more at 4215 to 4220. So it looked like we were going to head lower. And by the way, this 100-week moving average was also rolling to the downside and had not been closed above, uh, with only this exception last August without a major decline. So my 38 to 42 range remains intact. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the daily because I think it's a little bit more pronounced. And this is today. This is a daily. The low is pretty close to the 20-day moving average. The 5-day is still moving up. You can expect it'll be back down here around 4180, 4185 by mid-morning tomorrow. And this jumble in here where we've literally crossed up to down to up to down looks like we're getting ready to close to the downside yet again in the MACD. So there you go. On the upside, we took 100% up rule gain this morning on the SoFi options. Most everybody bought them between 47 and 52. I used 50 cents, or I think I used 51 cents as the average execution price, and I sold mine at 102 after I had put out the sell reminder. And we still have half. And we also still have a week short of a month until expiration. So I'm kind of pleased with that. Paramount and Showtime, or Showtime Plus, which was a private company, were merged together today, and um, I just added at 15, I think 1506 last week, um, to bring my average actually um, down. Um, the stock does not owe us anything. We were sellers in the 80. We were buyers around not much higher than this, maybe about $20. We were sellers at 55, at 75, and I believe some at 85 on the way down after they did their offering that basically collapsed the stock. Um, Another hedge fund group, and today it opened at 1505 and rallied all morning up to 1554. So that was looking pretty nice. Unfortunately, it also came back into 1488. The last was 1494. It was only down a nickel. But, when you see one of these little names up 3, 4, 5% in the morning, even in a down market, it hurts to see it reverse. Okay. Speaking of reversals, Zoom. They beat top and bottom line. I reported on it last night. The stock traded as high as 78.30 after the numbers, sold back down to 71.41, which was up 204. I'm going to guess, because I didn't listen to it, but the call and the slide deck must have been pretty ugly, because this morning, after closing 71.41, it opened at 69, down 241, and continued down to 65.53, down 588, or 8.23%. So not exactly all lollipops and rainbows. After the close today, we had um, Palo Alto Networks, which was a nice beat. The stock had actually closed 189.74. That was down 237 before the report. And after the report, the stock first went down to 181, which was an additional $8. So it was basically down $10. And then I guess it had a good conference call, because it ran from 181 to 198.77. The last on that, 196.88, up 477. So nice little turnaround there. AZO, AutoZone. Um, a miss on revenues, not great guidance. The stock closed 2,466, down 153.80, or just under 6%. However, it is sitting exactly on the 200-day moving average. Toll Brothers, miss on revenue, beat on earnings, good guidance, and the stock is actually acting pretty well. Um, it's 66.05, up $1.35, or 2%, on what's been a horrendous day. Bad numbers from Lowe's, horrendous earnings and guidance from Home Depot. This company is obviously doing something right. We also had Urban Outfitters and VF Corp. They both went in the same direction, with beats top and bottom, and good guidance with Urban, and not great guidance, but not horrendous with VF. So on a day where the market was down, 250 points, Urban Outfitters is trading 28.80, up 216, 7.8%. VF, with the poor guidance, is still up 19.55, up 58 cents, or 3%. Tomorrow we have mortgage applications. Those come out very early at 10. 30, we have crude inventories. And then there's the money announcement, the minutes for last month's FOMC at 2 o'clock. So we'll see how that looks. Biggest loser today was the Nasdaq, down 160 spot 53 or 1.26%. That was followed by the S&P down 1.12%, $47 and a nickel. The Russell, which has been pretty strong of late, down only 767 or 0.43. Transports were down 0.25%. Oil was up a little, but if if what they're talking about is true about another major outbreak and maybe shutdown in China again, and the issues with the southern border, you're going to see that oil probably test back down around the 68 level on a lack of demand. Because this time it is, as it was before, a worldwide issue, and everybody is basically shut down all of their precautions. Gold was down $2.70, so not much there, down 24 cents in the silver. Nat gas was down 6 cents at 248. It has now given up fully half of the last 2 weeks of run up. Dollar was up 30 cents at 103.38. Bonds were basically unchanged. And Bitcoin was up 324. So there you go. There'll also be a link on the first page to a new 2 Minutes with Suki. And I also did a short video on the WEAT, the wheat ETF that we also have a position in. That one is all the way out in July. So there's plenty of time for that one to work. Okay, I'll be back first thing in the morning. Hope everyone had a good day.